student counts, every moment matters. Fellow educators, how many times have you sat through a professional development only to find yourself daydreaming or wishing you could just go back to your own classroom to get work done? Why does this happen? Most likely because you felt the content of the session was irrelevant and you did not see how the information could be used to benefit you or your students. These trainings will drastically change the way you think and feel about professional development. Educators should view PD as an opportunity to hone their craft. PD should focus on the core beliefs that each student counts and every moment in the classroom matters. The 13 trainings within this series are purposeful, engaging, and will increase the capacity of every participant. The series inspires all educators to grow within the areas of leadership, character, relationships, and pedagogy. Teachers will engage in a variety of learning opportunities, including authentic collaboration with colleagues that will challenge them to grow as both individuals and professionals. This high-quality PD will have a lasting impact on educators, who in turn will be even more effective in making the most of every moment and having a positive, lifelong impact on student learning.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The foundation of this training is extremely crucial for all instructional leaders as it pertains to leadership and character. Concepts expressed throughout this training include time management. Maximize your time by being proactive and beginning with the end in mind. Relationships, thinking win-win in all situations and seeking first to understand, then to be understood. Synergy, a team works with a shared understanding that the whole is greater than its parts. Sharpening the saw, renewing the 4 dimensions of your nature: physical, spiritual, mental, and social emotional. The Covey training helps to create a well-balanced instructional leader. Reinforces self-monitoring, reflection, and rejuvenation to remain effective, and supports having a growth mindset as we want educators to have an innovative approach to teaching and learning.
The Flipped Classroom with Dr. Lodge McCannon. This training offers instructional leaders techniques that can be modeled for their teachers and replicated within the classroom. Using a flipped classroom has several benefits. Efficiency. Utilize a one-take video to teach the important content can be 60 to 80% shorter than a traditional lesson and cover the same information. Classroom management. During the video, the teacher can be circulating and managing students' behaviors. Getting attention quickly. Starting the class, the video gets all students focused and offers clean start. Emotional connections. Allow students to take learned material and create a personalized account for their understanding. Self-paced. Using a video to teach allows questions to be answered more personally and for students to be self-paced. The flipped classroom training emphasizes the importance of creating an environment that is conducive for learning and increasing student achievement by implementing brain-stimulating activities.
How to win friends and influence people. The foundation of this training is to build leadership skills and develop character. Forming and maintaining successful working relationships is the key to creating a positive school culture. This training allows instructional leaders to develop their interpersonal skills, focusing on ways to handle people by showing sincere appreciation, appealing to their wants, and avoiding criticism. Ways to make people like you by smiling, using names, listening, and being sincere. Ways to win people to your way of thinking through respectful interaction. Ways to change people without being offensive or causing resentment. The key takeaway from the Carnegie training is that as school executives, we must lead with humility. As Thomas Carlyle once said, a great man shows his greatness by the way he treats little men.
Crucial conversations. The foundation of this training is to build culture by strengthening communication skills. Crucial Conversations provides a framework for identifying and holding conversations that may include opposing opinions, strong emotions, and are often high stakes. The techniques introduced and developed help instructional leaders to prepare for crucial conversations using CPR and self-reflection while thinking about the intended results. Speak persuasively using state skills and create a safe environment in which both parties work toward a mutual purpose and maintain a positive working relationship. Create an action plan to follow up on your conversation. Instructional leaders must be, as Margaret Wheatley says, brave enough to start a conversation that matters.
Understanding by Design. The Understanding by Design training supports instructional leadership and assists teachers in developing their educator toolkits by emphasizing the importance of backwards design planning. Effective school leaders utilize this design in their own efforts to move the school forward, and in doing so, serve as models for their staff. The backwards design planning of UBD involves 3 stages. Stage 1, determining desired results. Stage 2, deciding on assessments that measure the desired results. And Stage 3, creating meaningful learning experiences to help students obtain mastery. The concepts learned in the UBD training provide a curriculum planning framework that ensures current research on teaching and learning is reflected within daily practice. Inspire leaders to constantly challenge the status quo and, as a result, motivate their staff to do the same. Call for planning with the end in mind, thinking about the big picture, and providing continuous support for educators to enhance the quality and effectiveness of student learning.
Literacy training at the Hill Center. The literacy training emphasizes the importance of having a robust literacy program that benefits all learners. As Dr. Brandon says, literacy is a K-life thing. Therefore, all instructional leaders benefit from this training, as literacy should be interwoven throughout all grade levels and curriculums. This training adds to teachers' toolkits because literacy includes reading, writing, speaking, listening, and thinking, which are key components of learning in every content area. Universal Design for Learning provides a blueprint for creating instructional goals, methods, materials, and assessments that work for everyone, including students with dyslexia, ADHD, or other learning difficulties. The brain is changeable even through adulthood. Effective reading interventions can change the brains of kids and adults. When all educators embrace literacy as their focus and understand that there is not a one-size-fits-all approach to learning, students will become more proficient in all aspects of literacy in life.
Turning high-poverty schools into high-performing schools delivers ways for instructional leaders to build a positive school culture and create instructional equity for students using school and community resources. This training provides ample knowledge for working with and meeting the needs of students and families living in poverty. The modules are designed to allow participants to identify their own beliefs associated with poverty and bring to light misconceptions and myths regarding families living in poverty. Poverty is not an easily identifiable factor in a student's life and often is a cycle of years and generations of family struggle. By understanding the issues that children in poverty face, instructional leaders are able to develop ways to offer resources at both a personal and community level. Some possible resource options discussed in the modules include using the school as a community resource center, backpack buddies, offering services from local businesses and experts as needs are identified, creating learning opportunities for families in the form of family nights. Poverty can be a sensitive topic based on personal accounts and experiences. With this training being self-paced, participants have the opportunity to engage in deep reflection.
Emotional intelligence and Myers-Briggs. According to Daniel Goleman, intellect and cognitive abilities are important, but emotional intelligence has proven to be twice as important, especially at higher levels within the company. The key components of emotional intelligence include self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Emotional intelligence is an ability that can be learned and improved upon. Instructional leaders must know the key components and their own behavior preferences in order to identify areas of strength and areas for growth. Employees mirror their leader's behavior. Therefore, if a leader exhibits self-control and mastery of his or her feelings, employees are less likely to act on impulse. Emotionally intelligent leaders boost the bottom line. Those leaders are capable of improving school culture, student achievement, and school safety. Truly effective leaders are distinguished by a high degree of emotional intelligence.
A champion in the first days of school. The techniques and strategies presented in Teach Like a Champion 2.0 by Doug Lemov and The First Days of School by Harry and Rosemary Wong are beneficial to school executives in many ways. First, the research-based resources offered in both texts emphasize the power of effective teaching and learning. Educators must be aware of and utilize a variety of instructional practices that yield high student achievement. Teachers should be well equipped to communicate clear expectations, institute strong classroom management, and plan and deliver high-quality lessons. All teachers should be challenged to build their own capacity by continuously reflecting on and refining their craft. Next, bringing these best practices to the forefront of our pedagogical knowledge provides school leaders with the means to support, cultivate, and retain highly effective teachers. School leaders may offer instructional coaching through meaningful feedback during the teacher evaluation process. In addition, school administrators might deliver professional development in a way that models the relevant best practices covered in these readings. The key takeaway from this training is that creating a positive lifelong impact on student learning should be a collaborative effort between teachers and school leaders.
Dynamics and practice for educational leaders. Who you are is how you lead is the foundational principle of this training. Self-awareness involves understanding your own beliefs, as how you think about things determines what you do and how you react. Your behaviors in turn drive your results. It is important to note that behavior is driven by motivation. Motives behind your behaviors filter how you see the world. You expect others to see it as you do, but this isn't reality. To be truly self-aware, you must be in tune with your mind, emotions, and body. You must recognize your self-limiting beliefs and be mindful that these are the roots of your triggers. You must be aware of how your self-limiting beliefs affect your emotions, and you must be cognizant of how your physical reactions to conflict portray themselves as behaviors others can see. Using a self-check process will allow you to remain focused on issues that need to be addressed and avoid becoming overly emotional. In addition, you will be able to communicate more effectively. Your communication strategies can actually impact others' brains and maximize their ability to think and make decisions more clearly. As your self-awareness increases, so does your ability to effectively lead others.
And the speed of trust. Trust is at the core of every successful relationship and organization. The Ropes Course experience allows educators to build culture and community. It offers opportunities to apply skills acquired in other trainings within the series. It forces educators to become more self-aware during various challenging situations and prompts deep self-reflection after each cooperative event. Participating in the Ropes Course reveals that trust comes through experience. There are 5 waves of trust. Self-trust, which deals with the confidence and credibility. Relationship trust, which is how you are able to create and maintain trust accounts with others. Organizational trust, which focuses on how leaders create trust within organizations. Market trust, which emphasizes the reputation precedes you. And societal trust, which centers around creating value of others in society at large. According to Stephen Covey, trust can be effectively taught and learned. It can become a leverageable strategic advantage. Lead learners must know how to create a culture of trust.
By Peter Brown, Henry Roediger III, and Mark McDaniel. The techniques and strategies presented in Make It Stick stress the value of assessment to increase memory and retention of material. The design of this training encourages reflection on best instructional practices and aligns those practices with current research on brain development. The strategies outlined in this training offer proven methods to enhance learning. To make learning stick, knowledge must be transferred from short-term to long-term memory using research-based strategies. 2 techniques that increased retention of material included repeated practice of concepts and spaced-out retrieval of knowledge. Effortful learning, such as elaboration, reflection, and generation, changes the brain and improves memory and retention as well. As instructional leaders, the strategies highlighted in this training should be implemented when designing professional development, thus allowing for teachers to add to their professional toolkits and replicate the best practices in the classrooms. The Make It Stick training is beneficial to all instructional leaders as the ideas suggested are multifaceted and can be applied in many environments.